Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton. This is Devin Rahl.
You're back from court.
I was in court yesterday. Not personally.
Yeah, no, not for any legal matters yourself.
Professionally.
Yeah.
I was in court yesterday, and I saw Nick Reiner. He was, in that box you sometimes see.
And just to, that's not an understatement because yesterday the court made it so that no one could film him. So
Yeah.
the only video that came out from court was of Alan Jackson talking.
Totally.
But they wouldn't let the camera show Nick.
No, they wouldn't. So perfect day for me.
Right.
I'm there as a camera guy, and I'm not allowed to use my camera.
I know, right?
But I sat in the court, and it was a pretty simple proceeding.
First time ever being in a courtroom?
No. One time, some guy came and stole my car and my wife's car overnight.
Oh, I remember when that happened.
And I had to go to court to try to get this guy.
Got it.
But so in the court there, it was a simple thing. I thought that this was going to be the guilty or not guilty plea.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But for some reason, Nick's lawyer, Alan Jackson, you know Alan Jackson?
Yeah, I mean, Karen Reed's attorney, the very famous lawyer.
Famous. For some reason, he wanted a continuation and didn't want to do a plea yet.
Well, for some reason, I mean, to me, it's kind of obvious because he just got the case. So he has to gather evidence. He has to speak to his client. He has to look at everything before he really, I think, knows what his plan of attack is here as his attorney.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to me that
You just thought he was just going to plead guilty right away or what?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it obviously takes time.
Right.
But why would this Alan Jackson take this case?
I mean, because he loves being involved in the biggest cases in the country.
When you see the millions of cameras outside afterwards and he's holding court.
I mean, he's I would say most of these powerhouse attorneys, they love media as well.
They
love being interviewed. They love talking about their case. They love being in the headlines.
Didn't Alan Jackson get with his last client? Did he get with Karen?
No. There was a bunch of rumors that they were hooking up, but I think that was all BS.
Well, anyway, yesterday it was, it's very interesting to see this Alan Jackson who I've followed, through that Karen Reed case.
Seen him on TV
everywhere and stuff. And now he's standing in front of Nick Reiner, this guy I've just come to know, recently. And Nick.
What was Nick's demeanor?
Down, I would say.
Didn't say much, or did he say anything?
He only the judge had to ask him if he agrees to waive his right to a. What did I waive? Basically, when I did that. To waive his right to a speedy trial. We're all entitled if we get in trouble that it happens fast in case you're innocent or whatever. Why is it taking so long?
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Nah, we can wait."
Okay.
He said, "Yes, Your Honor." When he
so that's all he said.
So they're going to come back in a couple weeks. But just seeing this guy there and whatever happened that day or night, if he allegedly, in some, I don't know, drug or drink fueled rage, if anything that happened, a few days later, in the cold, harsh sort of reality, he's got to be can you imagine that awful feeling that he...
I mean, the awful feeling he has, but what about the awful feeling the siblings and family members have, especially the daughter who found her parents?
Well, I was wondering if they were going to show up to court yesterday.
They did not.
They did not. They weren't there.
They did, however, because we spoke about this on the podcast. You were obviously in court yesterday, but they hadn't spoken publicly yet or said anything. And yesterday they did... they broke their silence on the double murder. Jake and Rob Michelle Reiner, they issued this public statement. Words cannot even begin to describe the unimaginable pain we're experiencing. They weren't just our parents, they were our best friends, and they thanked, the public for their support. We're grateful for the outpouring of condolences, kindness, and support. Kind of, typical statement that gets released when something tragic happens, but no one has seen them since.
Do you think that they could bring themselves to see their brother behind bars?
I can't even wrap
him?
my head around. Obviously, I don't know their family dynamic, but can you even wrap your brain around the fact of losing both your parents and it being from your sibling who you, I would assume, love, who did this horrific thing allegedly, And now you have to decide like what kind of emotions would you have towards your sibling?
Like, do you cut him off forever?
Who might have like mental illness, like where you would be like, do I want this guy to go to jail forever? Do I want him to go into like a mental health, scenario? I think they have. Are you
You're probably furious at him,
but also like sympathetic
in a way.
I don't know. I mean, I can't even wrap my mind around how they would feel about that situation.
So yeah, yesterday I was interested to know like what would the defense strategy be, like, because Alan Jackson's obviously there. I don't know who's paying for Alan. Is someone paying for him?
So that was another thing we asked yesterday that I was asking Derek about, which is the question everyone wants to know is, I mean, Nick, I would imagine, I don't know his finances, but I don't think he can afford Alan Jackson. And so
does he get inheritance?
We talked about this also yesterday. There's the Slayer rule or law where if you are charged with killing your parents, you don't get any inheritance, even if you're like in the will or whatever. So if he's charged with killing both of them, he won't see a dime of inheritance.
So how does he afford this high profile lawyer?
There's two assumptions that I would make. One being Alan is kind of doing this pro bono and is like basically, or a discounted rate, and is like, I just want to, be a part of this case.
That's what I thought.
Or B, someone in the family, or even the family is helping him pay for his defense.
No way.
I mean, that's the only other way.
Alan Jackson's doing it for free.
That's what
I think.
Yeah, could be.
Because I saw him out there in front of literally maybe 50 cameras pointing in his direction. He didn't take it. He was one of those I'm not taking any questions. I'm just giving a quick statement.
And then spoke for like 15 minutes.
And then he's charged off, and I was trying to get a question like, have you found the murder weapon yet?
Oh, nothing,
stuff like that.
Nothing.
Yeah, he was loving it. But so Nick was there, in one of those boxes, dressed in a suicide vest.
Yeah, because we had broke that story that he's under suicide watch in jail.
Correct. Yeah. So clearly, I mean, he was like a dark navy blue thing, and also it almost looked like it might have been cold or something because he had no t-shirt on underneath, just the vest and
Well, yeah, because that's the whole point of it, is they don't want you to have clothing where you could potentially hurt yourself.
Oh, you've actually explained. So you don't want a t-shirt because a t-shirt could be
you could use it to possibly harm yourself. Yeah.
But he was there looking all scruffy like he did in the. Have you seen all the footage from the gas station?
Yeah, the gas station footage. Of the arrest of him. Going inside and getting a drink. Obviously everyone is just trying to piece together the timeline of, him leaving the party, getting the fight at the party, and then going to the Santa Monica hotel, and then getting back to his parents, and then leaving. The one new thing that we also, a theory that we just debunked, actually, we just put it up on the website, was that he actually wasn't kicked out of the home. So a lot of people thought they had this big blow up fight, or that he was using substances again, or was drinking or whatever, and the parents were like, we've had enough of you, and kicked him out. And people thought maybe that was his motive of why he was so upset and why he was at the Santa Monica hotel and went back. So obviously he did have that heated argument at Conan O'Brien's hotel or Christmas party, but he actually, Nick left the home on his own. He was not kicked out. We don't know why he left, but I'm assuming because he got in a massive fight with his parents and just didn't want to be around them. But
that the Conan O'Brien stuff is so interesting. That had happened at a Conan O'Brien Christmas party. Also, the fact that what's that actor?
Bill Hader apparently got into some altercation with him, that he was acting extremely strange, walking around the party, wasn't dressed as formal as the other guests of the party.
He was really dressed,
and a lot of people were like, this guy's kind of freaking me out. He's weird.
Did you hear? Did people want to call the cops on Nick even at the party because he was being
so there has been some. We haven't confirmed those details. We did confirm that no cops ever did show up to Conan O'Brien's party, but yeah, there was some. I think either reports or speculation that people were that freaked out by him that someone was thought maybe cops should be called, but we haven't confirmed any of those reports yet.
Okay.
Yeah, the other thing just in this story is that, which obviously, but we've confirmed from sources that he was not mentally sound, leading up to the parents being found, and not only did he have like illegal substance abuse problems, but also like prescription drugs that kind of like messed with his head.
So you would have thought that'll be some of the defense. You know what I mean? Just like, this kid is sick.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna do the plead insanity thing,
Yeah.
or I mean, did you watch any of the Karen Reed documentary? And where like Alan Jackson's in his boardroom and is like coming up with his, how he's gonna get his client out, like maybe something similar to that. I don't know.
Yeah,
only time will tell. But very, very sad, horrific story.
it really is tragedy. Okay, let's do another story now. Do you remember the Coldplay couple?
How could I forget?
Well, the lady.
Would you say of 2025, like not of like people who passed, but like just a straight story that was probably the biggest one?
It probably was.
As far as what everyone was obsessed with.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was a pretty good one. It was like the new Hawk tour.
Yeah, I loved Hawk tour.
But so 6'7" actually is bigger.
6'7".
6'7's a new Hawk tour.
Yeah.
So Kristen, the lady from that scandal, is speaking out. She's blaming alcohol. She's saying that, her and Andy Byron, they weren't dating, they weren't banging. This was the first time they'd even like got a little bit touchy-feely. She blames High Noons.
Is this? I was thinking about this when I saw that. Is this a good ad for High Noons or a bad?
Good ad.
You think it's good?
They'll make you cheat on your partner.
Yeah.
So good.
The ad just writes itself, huh?
Oh,
I'm actually not a big High Noon guy. I don't really
dabble.
I don't really like them.
I dabble.
Like if I'm at a party and it's like there's only High Noons, yeah, I will.
What about
indulge? But
White Claw or High Noon?
Oh, I'll take I don't really drink White Claws anymore either.
You choose a White Claw over a High Noon?
Yeah, I would take a White Claw.
No, I choose a High Noon, my friend.
If there was a High Noon, like if this is like a ice chest full of things, High Noon would be the last thing I would touch.
No way.
Yeah, I'm being dead serious. I just don't really like them that much.
Oh, okay. Well,
so she said too many High
Noons. This is the interesting detail for me. She says that so she was estranged from her husband, and apparently Andy was estranged from his wife at the time.
So in that case, I guess the only thing they did wrong is you can't be hooking up with a coworker.
Yeah, a boss or something like that.
But to me, and I don't know if you have this same take, it's like if that was the truth, then why didn't you guys just come out and say that right away?
That's what I think too.
Why would you let this thing get so overblown
and never talk about it?
And how many months has it been?
They totally misplayed this huge viral moment. At least the 6'7" kid seems to be making bank.
And also the thing that doesn't make sense, maybe they were at the time, but correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Andy Byron seen with his wife like out?
Yeah,
I think they're still together.
The way Kristen tells it is she was estranged from her husband. He was estranged from his wife. The wife and Andy got back together. But her and her husband didn't
get back together.
This didn't cause them to get back together, but they ended up.
That's crazy.
But that's why I don't believe it. Okay, so we're both technically single.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
She actually said that her estranged husband was at the same gig on a date.
So he was at the concert?
On a date,
but but he wasn't in I would assume he wasn't in the
box.
The box.
I would assume not. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much to believe and how much not to believe of this.
She said she received 500 to 600 calls a day.
I do feel sorry for her.
I do believe that. I mean, it was the biggest
for her.
story in the world. I'm sure every outlet was trying to get this interview.
And did you know that...
got dozens of death threats deeply impacting her and her family. If that's true, that's horrible. But like, what? Why would anyone death threats?
I don't know. Maybe
they're just weird people.
Maybe people who've been cheated on in the past, like
that like empathize
empathize
with the husband. Maybe, I don't know. That's wild.
That's wild. All right, you want to read out the comments?
Yes,
Evan?
I would love to.
Good.
Kelly Ann. This will be different than Karen's case. Public opinion is not going to be on his side.
That's true.
This is true, but he also represented Kevin Spacey. And everyone hated Kevin Spacey at that time. Huh. He got Me Too'd, like was a complete cast off, and he won those cases.
Interesting.
So yeah, he's good at his job. EHC Bunny for real. Nick may have inherited money from his grandfather, Carl Reiner. This is true. That is true. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know Nick's financial situation. He was currently living at the parents' house. He obviously wasn't as successful as his dad was.
Do you think Alan Jackson's just sitting at home reading this story on TMZ and then going, this could be my next one? I think so.
I think so.
And he calls, who does he call then? How do you get in contact with Nick Reiner? How do you get in contact with the kid?
I don't know.
Call
I
the
mean,
prison?
maybe you call the prison, or you call. Maybe he is well connected in Hollywood. Alan Jackson knows a lot of people.
True.
Maybe he reached out he got in touch with someone from the family and was like, "Hey,
good on Alan.
It's
a big case.
Yeah, it's a big case, and he has the right to a fair trial or whatever.
Right.
And so, Z Khaleesi.
That's Khaleesi at the end. So
Z Khaleesi. His lawyer has a lot of work to do. Correct.
Thanks for your comment.
Correct. That's all you want to say. Thanks for your comment.
Yeah.
Vicky P's aromatics. Parents Vicky P's.
Vicky P spelled Pees. Aromatics. That means her pee stinks.
Oh,
you didn't catch that?
Vicky P's aromatics. I'm having so much trouble just reading this monitor. I don't even.
Sick today?
I'm a little stuffed up.
Yes,
I've been battling a cold all week actually.
Who's winning?
Not me currently. Right. Parents go through hell with the child on drugs, especially if they've been given most of their lives, and so parents can't do tough love. It's very sad. Yeah, I mean, with that, this has been a kind of a take out there, but it's like you're never gonna give up on your kids.
And they did do. That's the reason that Nick was homeless, is because they basically said, if you're not gonna go and get treatment and get yourself sorted out,
we're done helping you.
You can't live here anymore. And we're done helping you.
And this was like years ago.
So he chose homelessness. So
he did an interview about that, right?
That is tough love.
Yeah, and so they tried everything.
They tried everything.
And from some accounts of people that were around the family recently, they felt like he was doing better. But like that's just, I mean, with mental health, you just never know.
Correct.
Never know. Joanne Anderson, I believe that he did it, but not guilty by mental defect. Hospital instead of prison. Yeah, I think that's eventually where they will go. Because I still don't know. I mean, clearly they have, the blood evidence at the hotel. I'm assuming, I don't know what was in his backpack, because he was detained with the backpack on. I don't
think he was thinking clearly, so I think that they'll find the murder weapon somewhere. Like it's probably so much evidence hidden around that house. Do we know if they were killed in their sleep or during the day?
That we don't know. I know it was in the bedroom, but we don't know an exact time, and I don't know exactly what
led up to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just say something really morbid? Like, I just think about, imagine being both parents, but imagine being the second parent where you it's dawning on you, they just killed,
my
spouse, and now they're coming from, my son is coming. Imagine that moment of terror for a few seconds.
That's just
crazy to think about.
That's very morbid. A poll, is Nick Reiner guilty? 96% say yes, which I think it's kind of obvious here.
I mean, it seems like he did it, but is he going to say my craziness?
Right,
do it?
Right. Leah Williams, hey, where is the Aussie Rules football t-shirt?
I can only wear it so many days in a row.
Dude, I don't want him wearing it every day. He's going to stink.
I'm actually wearing the same t-shirt every night.
You want to know what's interesting? I don't know if I've ever told you this, but on the show and stuff, a lot of people give you crap and stuff for he bad hygiene. He you don't smell.
No, I know. I don't have bad hygiene.
Yeah.
I shower maybe more than a regular person. I'm a lazy guy, right? So I like standing under hot water and just standing there.
That's a lazy guy.
I just like standing under hot water.
You never just sit down in the shower?
Of course I sit down in the shower, bro.
You're a lazy guy.
Bro, getting a little high and then sitting down in the shower. Is there anything better? With maybe a little sandwich or something? In
the shower.
Have you ever eaten in the shower?
No, dude.
Eating in the shower,
you're a despicable person.
Oh, it's fire.
You're funny, though. I love you.
Thank you, man. Love you too. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yep.
Thanks for joining